Great leaders make great companies and make great teams. So what is a great leader? What makes a great leader? There's a lot of answers to that. A lot of people will give you a lot of different answers if you ask that question amongst a lot of different business owners. But let's answer that question. Hello, this is Greg Gray, a Business on Purpose coach coming to you just south of Nashville, Tennessee. And we're talking about great leaders today. I want to go into the animal kingdom a little bit to talk about leadership just for a brief moment as an example. So we live on a farm and we have sheep and we have cattle. And in our sheep, to keep predators at bay and to keep things orderly, we have livestock guardian dogs that live with the sheep. And it's a symbiotic relationship, but it's very interesting because in this relationship, the dog, the livestock guardian dog, is actually the leader. But here's the interesting thing about it. The dog has to be a servant to the sheep. So you've heard the term servant leader. That's sort of what these livestock guardian dogs exhibit. So last night we had massive thunderstorms rolling through the south, and particularly in Tennessee where I live. And when the thunder was loud and the lightning was striking and the rain was pouring, I looked outside the window of my office with binoculars into the night, and I watched as the sheep huddled into one big mass under some trees for protection. And guess what the livestock guardian dogs were doing? They were sitting out front of the sheep in a posture of, hey, we have you protected. You're going to be okay. That's what leaders do. When the times get tough and the thunder's rolling and the lightning strike, the leaders stand out front and say, hey, we've got you protected. Now, at the same time, those dogs, they could kill those sheep at any moment's notice, but they don't. They take care of the sheep. They make sure the sheep have everything they need. When we move them to another field, the first one through the fence, through the gate, is the dog. And when they go, all the sheep know it must be safe there. We can go too. But here's the thing. The sheep, the flock is what's most important. That's where all productivity happens. The dogs make zero income for our farm. The sheep make all the income in that situation. So it takes the symbiotic relationship of the leader dog and the sheep. So there's three things to me that really set apart great leaders. Number one is they set clear expectations. Number two is they lead by example. And number three, they coach their team. So when they set clear expectations, they work on communication. They're very clear communicators. They are really good at setting boundaries and really, really good at handling the conversations around responsibilities and accountabilities. And so when great leaders set clear expectations, everyone on the team knows where we're going, how we're going to get there, and who is responsible for what. When great leaders lead by example, they live the values of the organization. Not only have they helped create those values, they live them. They are the example. They show empathy. Much like the dog example, they show empathy. And leaders, great leaders, espouse the culture that is desired in the company. So they spend an inordinate amount of time working on the culture, but they also create the culture and emulate that culture. Great leaders also coach their team. They spend time mentoring those that need to be mentored. They spend time educating their teams. They see learning and training as a necessity, and they help their team work on their mindset. And the leaders have great mindset themselves. And one of my favorite things for great leaders is they develop other leaders. So not only are they developing other leaders from their organization or external to their organization, but they're also developing themselves into a better leader. So again, great leaders have to set clear expectations, they have to lead by example, and they have to coach their team.